Let's see, it's 7:05. So I might as well start this wonderful meeting on this first week of March. Welcome.
Morning.
Rotary Club of Healdsburg Sunrise. Before we get started, I wanted to introduce our visitors. So it looks like we have on our screen Alina. Good morning, Alina. As everybody knows, Alina is our outgoing Rotary Youth Exchange student. Hopefully, things keep getting better in this world. I'm getting my second shot today, so I'm doing my part. And then I see, okay, Vitaliy. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to be with you.
Vitaliy is our speaker today on the
RCF.
I'll get it. Rotary Children's Fund.
Yep.
Look at you with the little flashing light behind you. Very good. And let's see who else I saw. Oh, there's Jim Morris. Hello, Jim. Welcome back. Nice to see you.
Good morning. Good morning.
You could just wave. I know you're on mute.
Oh, I may be doing this while driving shortly. I have an early meeting, so, but I can listen to the audio.
I think President Nancy is frozen.
You and your Chris Cameron will also be driving.
Yeah, hello.
I'm frozen?
You were for a minute, yes.
So much for the new computer.
Oh, this is bad.
Next, you need the new internet.
Yes.
A brand new, so much. Well, let me plug it into the router.
That darn AOL dial-up.
Sonic. We even have a second router just to boost it. All right, I'm going to plug it in.
Healdsburg's supposed to get fiber optics.
I even got solid state as recommended by. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm sorry about that. Is that
What did
better?
you say, Jack?
Am I back?
I said Healdsburg is supposed to get fiber optic cable.
Right.
When?
I have a little bit of.
There, I talked to Dane, who has
Yes.
the company here, and he said they're working on it.
They've been working on it on university, taking it to the hospital in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, our internet here on Matheson isn't that good
All right.
either.
Well. And the guy that owns Sonic lives down the street from you, so go figure.
Yeah, that's Dane.
Anyway, let me open this up with an inspiration, and we are going. Am I still frozen?
Yes.
Can you guys hear me?
You're frozen.
Okay.
We can hear you.
We are having. I'm frozen again. This is really upsetting. Okay, let me give you my inspiration for the day. We are about to get a new Rotary International president. His name is Shekhar Mehta. He's from Kolkata, India. And he was asked, did you seek higher levels of responsibility in Rotary? Or did higher levels of responsibility seek you? And he said, I never sought anything in Rotary. And I never said no to anything. This is what I keep telling everyone. A Rotarian is a volunteer, and being a volunteer means, yes, I want to do something. What kind of volunteer are you if you say no? Remember that. Harry Mills did not say no. All right, so this morning, we are going to have a very quick presentation from Jay. He has a lovely lovely video that he's going to show us about the pollinator paradise.
I'm coming up.
Can you square your? I'm so flustered right now because my new computer screwed up.
Well, you can use this as a break. Lance, can you share my screen? Can I share my screen?
You can share your screen.
Okay. I got 4 screens up here, so I've got to figure out what the heck is going on. All right. Okay, share screen. And here we go. Share. Is that coming up correctly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's see, I gotta start. Thing is, you end up with about 8 screens, you know? It's like, slideshow from start. There we go. All right, can you see that?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I wanted to, we're doing this wonderful pollinator project as part of SRAG. And I wanted to explain a little bit about why I'm doing it. I've worked with kids for a long time and with play. This is me at State College when I was an art student. You're seeing the wreckage of an event that I did, Ubu Goo versus Pink Peony. It was a war to the end. I was, my friends were getting their heads bashed in Selma and protesting against the war and going off to war in Vietnam. And I thought that was all silly. Since that point, I've dedicated myself to working with kids. When we ended child labor in the United States, the kids all went out into the streets and it became a huge problem. So the good ladies of the community in New York invented playgrounds. So that's where I've gone with my art, is playgrounds. When we end polio, actually also smallpox, that's required the invention of worldwide mobilization. So kids got playgrounds started, kids have gotten worldwide mobilization going. And today, we need to go beyond sustainability to regeneration. Sustainability means being able to do the same things over and over. Regeneration means putting back. So for me, sustainability means a continuation of the extraction economy, and regeneration goes the opposite direction. So saving the planet requires going beyond sustainability. So what we're proposing is Pollinator Paradise, Sonoma County. And that is targeted at Earth Day. And we've got 4 campaigns: seeds, wineries, farms, and gardens. The gardens is a self-guided tour, and I'll talk a little bit about that. The problem with sustainability is it doesn't pay yet. So if we want to move more towards regeneration, we have to incentivize that through the economy. And the California Sustainability Winery Association has gone that extra mile now. They're talking about adaptation certification, which is the next step up. So they're on it. Part of the campaign is about economics. So that wine bottle that you see there in the middle, that tag, is infused with wildflower seed. So imagine in April when you go into Oliver's or Big John's and the local wines that are bee friendly have that tag on it. And then people can go out and put that in the ground. Poppy Financial is looking at supplying us with enough seeds in September to cover the county. Wouldn't it be wonderful to be able to go into the farmer's market and get seeds? One of the things we're hoping is that every child that wants to can have seeds to plant in September. The geo tour thing is very interesting. There's over 30,000 geocachers in the world. And what it does is it allows you to create these little tours around. So for example, that's Glen Ellen over on the left. But we could do one around Healdsburg, and it could be a history tour. It could be a pollinator tour. It could be all kinds of things. So we can get people out, get kids out and being active. These are the campaigns we're talking about now. I'm going into ACE this morning to talk about getting seed starter kits out to kids. We're doing projects with kids. Yesterday's meeting was about people being able to acquire beehives and kids making bee hotels. We're talking with and pushing a thing called, and I think the club's quite familiar with this, Galora, or gogalora.com, which is a food sharing program. The garden clubs are talking about doing demonstration pollinator gardens and a session on garden design. We're going to extend the program beyond wildflowers to vegetables so we can get that food sharing thing going on. The treasure head is the geocaching thing that I was talking about. Monarchs have started this whole campaign. We thought that we should try to address the fact that the monarchs are in the Western Flyway are in threat of extinction. And of course, the bee-friendly wines could be transformative for our So the culmination of this is Earth Day and Pollinator Paradise. So that's what our campaign is about. And I know I've been really kind of pushing this hard and to the irritation of most of my friends and colleagues, but at least you can get where I'm coming from on passion. Thanks.
Thank you, Jay. I know it's suddenly with all the projects we have going on in Rotary, it seems like we can tie the pollinator project into everything we do. And we've got this upcoming anniversary event that I'm hoping will chat about it for a few minutes. And I'm thinking we can package sunflower seeds that Edward has taken from a lot of his sunflowers that he's grown on his property and put them into little bags and throw them into the bags that we're going to be giving away. And, you know, just continue this throughout our year so that we don't lose sight of the importance of this and we can continue to give people the seeds they need. I also want to thank Lance. He's been really helpful in setting up the technical aspect of this project for Jay. So Lance is once again the wizard behind the curtain doing all this. So thank you, Lance. Does anybody have any questions about this pollinator project? Because I know Jay talks about it every week, and I'd love to hear any questions anybody has to get it. You know, how can we help? Well, Jay, hearing none, we'll just keep pounding out.
They know where I am.
Okay, well, thank you. So why don't we move on to the bike tour? Oh, did somebody have a question? I hear somebody grumbling in the background there.
Oh, I was trying. Oh, can you hear me? This is Jim Morris. Since I'm
Oh, hi,
driving,
Jim.
I have to say, I did actually have a couple questions on the pollinator things. I'm actually working on a big project at the winery that I work at over in St. Helena, and I'm getting a whole bunch of pollinator starts that
This phone's crapping out.
We lost you, Jim. All right, we'll hold that question. And perhaps you can email it to us
Yes.
when you land. Okay. But that sounds like the beginning of a good question.
Yes.
Okay. All right. If none other, how about
Nancy?
yeah.
Oh, it's Chris Cameron.
Hi, Chris.
Hi. Well, as was mentioned, Alina joined us today, and Alina and I got together yesterday via the phone to talk about fundraising for her upcoming youth exchange event or travels. And so I think Alina wanted to talk today, or maybe just introduce herself again. I don't know. I kind of joined late. I apologize. I don't know if she had a chance to say anything yet, but Alina, did you want to say something today?
Hi, so I'm Alina, and I am a Rotary exchange student, and hopefully if things go well, I'll be going to South Korea next year. So I'm doing fundraising for my exchange, and of course I have a bunch of COVID-friendly events planned out to hopefully raise the sufficient amount of money. And I just want to say that if any of the Rotarians need any help or have any jobs that they need assistance in, I am open and free to help them with whatever they need. And that's it.
Like gardening, what kinds of things can you offer help doing?
I am willing to do anything.
Okay. Well, we will keep that in mind. I do have a lot of gardening, a lot of weeds, and I'm doing them, but I could use help. All right, Alina, and keep us posted about ideas that you have coming up. We've done a lot of things for our exchange students in the past, and we definitely want to support you in your effort to get to South Korea. So tentatively, you are planning to leave in August. Is that right?
That's right.
Yes.
Okay. Great. Well, you're welcome to our meetings anytime. And if you want to have a bake sale, just let us know.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. Bike tour. Andy, do you have anything to report or anything on the youth side?
Actually, on the bike tour, I have a joke.
Go for it.
Why couldn't the bicycle make it up the hill?
There weren't any Rotarians to push it? No?
It was too tired.
Ah! I should have like a buzzer or something.
No, yeah, big gong, right? Like the gong show.
I had to take it off. I had to take it off mute just so I can groan.
I actually borrowed that from the Interact Club. So no, quick update, July 24th. It's going to be really big, really fun. If you'd like to participate, if you'd like to give us a hand, let me know. The chairs are me, Kent, and Dan. So any ideas, sponsor ideas, any help you'd like to pitch in, let us know.
I'm about ready to submit the application to the chamber for a grant. And I'll be meeting with Brooke from the chamber next week for their support. She is apparently the marketing director for the Hotel Trio. And perhaps they would like to be a sponsor as well. So I will ask her. And maybe she will even join as a member. So we're pushing on all fronts.
Excellent.
Thanks, Andy. Anniversary celebration. We are days away from celebrating our 12th anniversary. Will, are you there? Are you doing dishes right now? I see his name. I see his, he'll come back. Will is, oh, there he is.
Save the date, April 1st. No joke. Put it on your calendar, Jay. It's April 1st. It's not a Saturday either. It's the first Thursday of the month this year. We're going to do a little fun thing to celebrate our anniversary. Tube steaks under the stars, everybody. Tube steaks under the stars. Buy in, pick up dinner. It'll come with some fabulous food, great bottle of wine. If you want to add on some beer, add on some beer. Might have a little bit of comedy while you stop by and pick that up. This is a fundraiser, so there's for sure going to be a premium charged for these tube steaks, and it'll be great. So save the date. More information coming. Our good friend, an honorary, is he really I don't know if he's honorary or not. He's honorary. Skip Brand will be helping us with this, market it. He's also going to do a family. It's the first Thursday of the month, so he does his family fun runs. So we're going to incorporate a fun run into this thing. Bonnie Headley's helping out with this as well. President Nancy's on board. The board's on board, which is great. And we're just going to need to sell some of these pre-sell some of these meals to celebrate April 1st. So more information to come. It'll be set up online. You'll just place your order there, make extra donations. Proceeds are going to go to Polio Plus, everybody. A very needed thing. We're this close to eradicating. Can you see my fingers there? There we are. We're this close, as they say, to eradicating polio worldwide. So I don't have my jester hat, but I do have my hat to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. But mark the date, April 1st, save it on your calendars. We might need a couple hands to help pull the thing together and dish out the tube steaks and make it a win for the club and make it a win for polio eradication. Thank you very much, President Nancy.
Thanks, Will. And like I mentioned, we are hopefully going to be putting in little packets of the Side Road Farm sunflower seeds.
I think we can put in a 10-pound packet of sunflower seeds. Can Ed handle that?
Or a 10-ounce. Yes. Okay, this will be fun. I wanted to mention that, this is also Water and Sanitation Month, Rotary International Water and Sanitation Month. And Don McInhill, our Russian River keeper, in coordination with the South Ukiah Rotary Club, is sponsoring a river cleanup day on March 20th. And I went online and I signed up. And so it's very cool. They're going to be cleaning up the river from the very northern part of the Russian River up in Ukiah all the way down to Sebastopol. So we're trying to get all the clubs along the river to join in on March 20th. And if you go to the South Ukiah Rotary Club website, you can sign up. And I'm hoping we can get a lot of us to go out that morning and clean up our portion of the river. Let's see, I'm going to be asking a few of you to see if somebody can help us coordinate this. We need someone from our club coordinating our group, and we'll get someone from the Noon Club to coordinate theirs. They only are allowing 10 people per shift to just make sure there's distancing and such. So I hope that somebody will be able to step up and help coordinate that. So stay tuned. There will be more on that topic. Diane and I and Sean Shields, Larry Orr, couple others joined up in September to do, Larry Mills. Yeah, we were out there with our garbage pickers and it was a beautiful day. So and there wasn't that much garbage. I was surprised. A couple of tires, things like that. Anyway, stay tuned for that one. Doug Pyle, what is that on your desk? Since we're speaking about our anniversary party. Can you unmute yourself, Doug? Doug, you're muted.
Yeah,
There we
I
go.
myself, and then somebody automatically muted me again. This is the coveted Fool's Cup to be presented to a Rotarian, I guess at my discretion. But it's something that you cherish and display at your place of business or at a prominent shrine in your house for the year that you are the recipient of this. I was trying to figure out a way to determine who would receive this, but it's very capricious and arbitrary. I was thinking perhaps we could have donations made to the Rotary Foundation, and the winner would be the person that didn't make any donations. But that doesn't sound like a very good thing to do. So it'll probably be just up to me. And if you want to vie for this and put your name in contention, give me a call. Otherwise, the fickle finger of fate will determine who receives this.
And one of the very fun parts of this trophy is that you get to adorn it with something that is relative to your life. And it's fun going through there. I know, Diane, you put a pig on there. I think when pigs fly, and there's a fishing lure. There are saxophone earrings from President Susan.
Yep.
So anyway, I know you're all excited to find out who will be the winner of this, and this will be announced on April Fool's Day, some point during our celebration. So,
is the cigarette still on it, and the bottle of Jack Daniels or something like that? I don't know.
Yes, the cigarette is there. I had to replace the cigarette, but it's there. The bottle of Jack Daniels. It's beautiful. So anyway, Doug.
Is it a tobacco cigarette?
Versus cannabis? Yes. Okay. Well, anyway, moving along. I wanted to, let's see. Oh, you know what? All the recognitions are next week. The 10th, I think we have a gentleman in our club who's celebrating a birthday. And later in the month, Archie and Sue Julian, they're kind of birthday buddies. Bert, once again, is missing in action, but he has a birthday this month. And anniversaries, moi and Pam and Ken Moulton. So anyway, just teeing up the celebrations for those folks. Okay, who is not wearing their pin or a hat? Other than Tom Tevendale. Tom, we know that you are without. Do you have a joke?
I nothing to top the tire jokes that were just laid out, unfortunately, no.
Well, okay, so I have something to step in with. You know, I was getting kind of melancholy because it's been a year since we shut down and went into onto Zoom meetings. And I found these old jokes about pandemic humor. Here are a couple. I need to practice social distancing from the refrigerator. These were all early on. Okay, Will Seppi, I love this one. It makes me think of your cakes. I used to spin that toilet paper like I was on Wheel of Fortune. Now I turn it like I'm cracking a safe. If y'all can remember how hard it was to buy toilet paper a year ago. Anyway, those are just a couple that made me laugh. Anyone else not wearing a pin or a hat? Jay. You're muted. We'll get this
I've got
figured out.
my Rotary mask on, but I do have one for you. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Figs.
Fix who?
Figs the doorbell.
Will, do you have one? Oh. Oh, you guys. I know George Dutton, you always had jokes.
Definitely not one that could beat Jay's joke. That was great, Jay.
Okay, I have one more. Day 5 of homeschooling. One of these little monsters called in a bomb threat. You know, if you're a parent, it's just, anyway. So, poor Vitaliy, he's saying, oh, this woman, she's driving me crazy. So let's see, where are we with time? Okay, who else? Lance, are you wearing your pin? You all chicken.
Do I count if I'm not wearing my
Yeah,
pin?
I got 2 pins.
Elena, are you wearing an Interact pin?
I have a pin, but.
Oh, that's beautiful. What is it?
I still have a joke to tell though.
You do?
It's the pin. Wait, the pin or the joke?
Oh, the joke.
I have. Okay. It's are you well?
Say that again.
It's part of the joke. Are you well?
Yes, I'm well.
You're not a well, you're a person.
Ah, is that a water joke? All right. So Vitaliy, he just gave me some chat. I'm hang on one second. Okay, yeah. Vitaliy, you will have that time, and we are approaching it. So we could go ahead and start our program if no one else has anything. Terry, wait, one more minute. Terry, are you wearing a pin or a hat? Ah, okay. Let's see. I can't. Diane, what about you? You're hidden. She must be driving to a wine tasting. Leanna, do you even have a pin or a hat yet? They've all gone to cook breakfast. Okay, well, anyway, I am going to introduce our speaker today, Vitaliy. Let me pronounce this, Bezrodhov. Did I say that right?
Yeah, very close.
Thank you. Vitaliy is with the Rotary Children's Fund, and I don't have a bio for him because he would like to explain who he is as part of his presentation. So Vitaliy, why don't you go ahead and share your screen or do whatever you like to get us.
Sounds good, Nancy. Thank you. Thank you for introduction, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rotarian since the 90s. I'm not the computer whiz, I'm a musician, but I worked my way around Zoom and I prepared for you some presentation. I hope you enjoy it. For the best experience of this presentation, I would ask you to put the mute button so we don't have the feedback and sound interruption. And please put me in the speaker view, not the screen sharing, speaker view. It means I should be there on the big screen of your monitor. Go to the right, to the top, and there is a place called view button. You click that view button, it gives you the speaker view. So if you got there, I'm ready to start. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm already feel and I hear I'm at the great club with the great people. I'm sure you're doing great things for the local community. I'm sure you're doing things with the international projects. I just want to start my presentation with the words that I'm very proud to be one of you, one of 1.2 million Rotarians around the world. And my presentation today will be about RCF, and originally started as the Rotary Children's Fund and its international cultural exchange program called Golden Gates. Rotary has great youth exchange program, and we already witnessed, we have a beautiful girl here. She will participate in the youth exchange. Great program, successful program, but we're not part of that. Just wanted to keep it clear, because we work with the youth and we get them involved, but it's different. Rotary had great GSE program, and I've been a part of this program and greeted and worked with the groups from Colombia, Argentina, France, Belgium. Great program, but we are not part of that either. Rotary has great friendship exchange program. I've been a part of this program before pandemic started and had a great time spent in Croatia. When I came back, I joined the Rotary Friendship Exchange Committee in our district. But we are not part of that either. We're just one organization that started by the Rotary Club or the Rotarians, because I strongly believe power of Rotary is each one of us with the success and experience behind us. Because when we come up with a great idea and great project that makes difference and we stay behind it, we can be successful. One of the greatest success stories, as you just heard at that meeting, is a Polio Plus, almost done. It's just but it started somewhere like that, with a great idea, with a great project. So the project presentation that I'm going to speak about will be about the program that was inspired by Rotarians, put together by Rotarians, and run by Rotarians. If you will allow me, I would like to relate my program today to the 4-way test, since everybody Rotarians here. I'm sure that everybody knows it by heart. I just wanted to make sure how important is that 5th thing for Healdsburg Rotary Club. I hope it is important to have it fun, because if we do have fun by doing good things, we can do more of that. So let's start. Is it the truth? Truth about what? Organization, program, the presentation. To be able to better understand where I'm coming from, you need to know a little bit about my background, because I was the one who came up with this idea back in the last century. I mean, in the 90s. So I was born right there in the south of the Soviet Union, in Kazakhstan. Muslim country, surrounded by the Muslim countries. When I got 15, I left my home, went through the music college, music conservatory, and joined very famous touring theater company. And by my 20th, I've been in quite a few countries. One day we got a chance to come to United States as part of cultural exchange. We stood there, traveled for 3-4 weeks. When there was a time to go back home, a friend of mine advised me, stay a little bit longer, see a little bit more of America. And I thought, it's pretty rare opportunity to come to United States at that time. So I thought, let me do that. Let's stay a little bit longer. So I stood a little bit longer, and a little bit longer, and a little bit longer. Eventually I immigrated to United States. That happens. I mean, we all immigrants here. We came this generation or few generations before. When I found myself in this beautiful country of opportunities, I thought, what can I do? I couldn't do anything else. I was a musician, so I put together a music group called Moscow Nights. And this group became pretty popular pretty quickly. In the middle of the 90s, we became a #1 band to play that kind of world music and classical music. We started to tour and perform like crazy. New York City, Los Angeles, Hawaii, Alaska, Europe, islands. We would perform every day. Colleges, universities, concert series, performing arts centers, festivals. People said that we were good. We probably were good because we were after conservatory. We were definitely different. And I think we were kind of successful. You probably asked the question, how much money did you make to consider yourself successful? I will say this way, every day performing, each one of us making per day or per hour more money than most people in Russia made per month. So in some way, it's kind of sign of being successful. So we performed every day. We perform and invited to the Disney World. We perform in a place called Dollywood, if you heard about that wonderful place. And we were greeted and invited to the parties to meet famous people like, oh, this is Dolly. She's a very nice person. She actually has her own literacy project with Rotary and met with her team many times at the Rotary conventions in the House of the Friendship. One day, as a group, we got an invitation to do presentation at the meeting. We didn't have any idea what kind of meeting that's going to be, but a friend of us said, pay attention, the best people will be gathered there. So it's ended up, it was a Rotary meeting. 1995, Denver, Colorado. Around 800 people gathered there. There are lots of Rotarians. There's lots of Rotarians from Russia. Our mission was there to put flavor of Russia to that meeting. We did. We came on the stage, performed, had a great time. Then we were offered the place to stay there as guests. It's a normal thing for us, for Rotarians, to be welcome, right? We got our table, and the things that I heard at that meeting changed my life. I'm pretty sure that every one of you had your reason to join Rotary. Maybe you joined Rotary because you heard about wonderful things that Rotary does around the world and you want to join Rotary. Maybe because you saw that club is Healdsburg Club doing great things for the local community. You want to volunteer to participate, you join Rotary. Or maybe because you got a call from Archie or from Nancy or from Doc and saying, we have the great group, we meet once a week, it's a great people doing good things, come and join us, and you join Rotary. I don't know. You had your reason. My reason was right there at that meeting. I was listening to the conversation. One Rotary club will stand up and will say, ladies and gentlemen, our club traveled to Siberia, and we have Rotarians friends there. Soviet Union collapsed, new government is not there. So there's lots of sick people, there are doctors, but doctors cannot really help their people because they're lacking medical equipment. Anything as Rotarians we can do to help those people in this difficult time. Another Rotary club will stood up and will say, we have the equipment. We have the equipment after local hospital did renovation. It's sitting in the storage for $5 million. It's yours for this project. Another club stood up and said, if you guys do that, we have a few specialists. We would like to travel there and help to set it up. Our expense, we'll have some fun. Another club stood up and said, we have the connection with the Air Force. So give us your equipment, give us 3-4 weeks, and we can take care of the shipping. Consider it's done. And the speaker said, done. Let's move to the next topic. When I heard that, it put goosebumps on my skin, because I immediately felt I'm in the company of great people, people with the goodwill, success and experience behind them, people who can make things done. And I thought to myself, I want to learn about this organization. I want to join this organization. If there's a chance in the future, I want to contribute by being a part of this organization. At that time, I lived in a place called Boulder, Colorado. Maybe you heard about that place, Boulder, Colorado. People called it Republic of Boulder. I don't know what's that mean, but it was pretty expensive to live there. I had lots of fun there. I played an accordion. People came on the Pearl Street Mall on the weekends, and by hundreds will sit down and listen how I played the music. But my music business moved me from Boulder, Colorado to Cleveland, Ohio, because the Cleveland is known for accordion, very multicultural community. I became the youngest member of the Lakewood Rocky River Rotary Club on the west side of Cleveland. I'm saying youngest member. There was around 150 people will meet at the meeting, and the next person by the age after me could be my grandfather. But I knew I'm in the right place with the great people. There's a lot I can learn from them. One of my sponsors at the club was the gentleman Carl Johnson. He was the World War II veteran. He was one of the soldiers who in 1945 on April 25th met with Russian soldiers on the Elbe River. And I knew that my grandfather was fighting on another side of that river against Nazis at the same time. So many years passed, the veterans found a way to get in touch with each other, started to communicate, and it's ended up that our veterans and some of them Rotarians went to Volgograd, former Stalingrad in Russia, where the biggest battle of the World War II happened. When they went there, they had such a great visit, they chartered their Rotary Club. And when the Rotarians from Volgograd started to come to Cleveland, to the United States, by being a Russian background and speaking 2 languages, I became a translator, entrepreneur, driver, host, and everything else. And I was happy to participate because Mayor of the Volgograd was guest at my house. And when people made such a great friends and understanding between each other, you couldn't fool them anymore with the propaganda that our governments fed to us for so many years. You couldn't fool them with all the junk that's coming out from the screen of our TVs that will tell you, you're too different, you cannot be friends, you look at each other like an enemy, afraid of each other, protect each other from each other. It just didn't work. They made such a great friendship, broke all stereotypes. To me, it was a sign. If this kind of exchanges can really make the difference and improve relationship between the people and the countries, maybe we can create the system to multiply this kind of experiences. I had an idea, proposed it to the club. Few respectful senior members of the club supported me, committee organized, we met a number of times, and in the end, on August 27, 2003, fully formed and registered Rotary Children's Fund started to work. It was chartered by the Lakewood Rocky River Rotary Club. It was meant to build cultural bridges and manage cultural exchanges. I had chance to travel and present this program in presence of Rotary president at that time. And that was me when I was young. Somehow I feel that he doesn't remember that meeting. To me, it was a very memorable event to meet with the Rotary president and have a little speech. So pretty much the program started to work. And we start to bring groups one way and another. Is it fair to all concerned in this program and this organization, in this presentation that I'm going to speak? I guess the most concerned people here, participants. Since 2003, we had over 40 groups from a couple dozen different countries who will travel from country to country by 15 people on each tour. If they come to the United States, they travel between 15 to 25 states. They travel between 6 to 12,000 miles. Each group on the prepared tours will present their programs for up to 50,000 people. Overall, since 2003, we reached over 1 million people in the live audiences. I'm not talking about media, TVs, etc., live, person to person. And in the beginning, it was easy to start with Russia because my Russian background, but later other countries joined, like Ukraine, like Armenia, like Lithuania, like Belarus, Kazakhstan, Georgia, and other countries. And when young people travel, when they meet with you, when they tell you and represent some kind of art and tell you the best of their country, they really break the stereotypes. I mean, your stereotypes. How much, for example, do you know about Armenia or Georgia? How much do you know about Kazakhstan? I'm from Kazakhstan. I was born there. If you didn't see movie Borat, you probably don't know anything about Kazakhstan. And oh my gosh. And actually, when that movie came out, we were invited to the Kazakhstan to meet with the Minister of the Culture. We were offered the young people group, and we traveled them to the United States to tell the truth about Kazakhstan. When we put together the programs for each group to travel, we'll let them learn about United States because they visit local museums, national museums, parks. They learn the history about United States. They meet with the people and they fall in love with the United States and the people here because this breaks their stereotypes that came from Hollywood movies. And when they do perform programs through the United States, around 65–70% of all the programs happen to be in the public schools, colleges, and universities. Before each group comes, we work with them, we help them to prepare the tour study guide that thick, gathering all information about their country. We send it to the places in the schools that are going to see this program. The kids learning about this particular country for a couple of months, and when the group will come, they will present the program in the form of presentation, program, concert, workshop, class visit, residency, etc. From the things that you heard so far, what do you think? Will it build a goodwill and better friendships? Difficult to imagine that it will not. When young people travel, learn about the United States and learn the truth, fall in love with the United States and the people. When they present their own country and they tell us the truth, they show us the truth, they're live presenters. When they make friends with the people in the United States and build the cultural bridges, it's definitely build a goodwill and better friendships. But will it be beneficial to all concerned? If we're talking beneficial, if we're talking about the over 500 young people who participate in this program from 16 to 21 from different countries, chance for the most of them to come to the United States without being in the program is so small that they probably have most of the times better chance to become astronauts and go to the moon in their own country than chance to come to U.S. Embassy, apply for the visa, pay the fee that will cost their parents 1 month's salary, come to the interview, get denial in first 30 seconds of the interview without explanation why and without getting your money back. This is the situation on the visas to the United States. If you probably know about that if you had a chance to work with that. But here, They come, they visit, they see the places, they perform, they make friends. It's a lifetime opportunity for them. It's definitely beneficial to them, participants. Is this beneficial to our kids and grandkids in the schools? I guess so. From the things that we hear from teachers and from parents, it's a fantastic opportunity to get exposed, to see, learn, and understand that the world is much bigger than just a Healdsburg, than California, than even the United States. They were going to live in this world. If they feel, understand, and get the exposure to things that to learn and understand that world is much bigger, diverse, there's different cultures, the different history behind each country in a different part of the world, they will feel more comfortable and they will be able to better understand each other in the future. Is this beneficial to older kids, to the colleges and universities? I guess so, because we get lots of invitation and we visit many of them. General public and the cultural events through the United States perform from 300 to 10,000 people. I guess it is beneficial. Different denominational churches always like to open the doors, invite these young people, show and teach them this is the values this country was built on. We live in a free country, free faith. We want to learn how you live and what's the situation in your country. Well, we want to make the connections. And of course, the #1 fans of this program are senior citizens. They appreciate the culture, they like the energy, costumes, and we always like to line up as many programs as possible for our respected senior citizens. Every time when we travel, we get in touch with the Rotary clubs, and we visit between 15 to 25 Rotary clubs. We offer program for the Rotary club meetings, for the fundraising events, for the social events. We often organize and put together free program for the community, bring everybody together, highlight this country and say we're Rotarians. This is just one of the ways that we connect the world and improve relationship and understanding between people. And we always try to visit those places that Rotary clubs often sponsor and support, like Boys and Girls Clubs, summer camps, and special schools. Performing everywhere, performing arts centers, Carnegie Hall, Kodak Theater, Olympic Games cultural program, Disney World, supported by the senators, governors, and congressmen, mayors of the different cities. We always meet with them, and in the person-to-person, they will say it's a great program. Rotarians involved, Rotary is part of that. It must be good. We'll support it. And we get lots of publicity from the newspapers, from the TVs. We usually, every time when we publicize, they will say this is the cultural ambassadors of their country. And every time when we get publicity opportunity, we'll put Rotary Club sponsor this event, Rotary Club support this venue, Rotary leads the way. So it's kind of contribution to the public image of Rotary, for the general public to understand that we're there and that kind of work that we're doing. Anybody here who is listening presentation had chance to go to the Rotary conventions before? Archie. Excellent. So you probably, Andy, you probably will be with me on that. When you go to the conventions, when you're in a crowd of 10, 15, 20,000 Rotarians, you can feel, that buzz is there, the goodwill force is there. Especially when you go to conventions, you can see, understand, and feel how much offers energy and resources Rotary puts to bring young people to organization. Let them understand what the Rotary is about so they can learn and join us later at Rotary. Remember, Andy, this convention in Toronto, there was a closing. 15,000 of us Rotarians and 1,000 Rotaractors will run along the aisle to the main stage. They will run and will make lots of crazy noise. We're there. We see them, we hear them, and we feel them. They're with us. They're part of us. They're our future. We are proud, and it's great to have young people with us. Remember that convention in Hamburg, Germany? Such a big convention. We had the 2 openings and 2 closings. We couldn't fit all the Rotarians who came there. Stage was the size of the football field. And the young people, Rotaractors, will walk on the stage one by one with the flags of their country saying, this is my country, Rotary is there, and we're proud to be a part of it. I think we're doing a pretty good job getting involved young people in our organization. Over 500 young people who participate in the program met with you, learn about Rotary, got inspired by you, they went back, they're already part of us. They joined Rotaract, they joined Rotary, they joined the Rotary Youth Exchange Program. This group, for example, here, They're from Ukraine. They traveled for 3 weeks twice. They went back, got in touch with Rotary Club, with the district, and they founded 50 people Rotary Club. We got just 50 people after one tour. It's happening with every country. And we always try to get in touch with the support, the interact, and get in touch with the Rotary clubs while traveling, organizing events, putting together socials, bring them close, and showing their our support. You probably have question about how this program runs, how the dots are connected. We worked out. We already had 40 groups, remember? At least 40 groups. So everybody who coordinates and involved, Rotarians. Everybody who contributes, I guess by touring with the one group over the country, we always convince people and organizations this program makes difference, it's worth it to be supported. So in the past, we got the support from Rotary clubs, from the arts organizations, from the private individuals, from the private foundations through the Rotary Foundation, from the Walmart, the sponsoring events all over the country, Mercedes, different colleges and universities. And when next time group will come to California, and they always like to come to California, you'll see one of those 15-passenger van with the 15 young people, and everything what they need will be right there in that trailer. Personal equipment, music instruments, music equipment, suitcases, even sleeping bags, just in case they got stuck someplace. Can you imagine yourself in this situation just for a moment? For example, you're in a different country on a mission trip, you're Rotarian, you're in charge, there are 15 young people, 18 years old with you. You're traveling through the place like Texas on this kind of vehicle with the trailer in the middle of the nowhere in the desert, your van breaks. You're sitting on the side of the highway. It's 80 degrees outside, everybody flying 80, young people supporting you, but you know, they want to eat, they want to drink, they want to go to the bathroom, and you're the Rotarian, you're in charge. You're just trying to figure out what's wrong with this vehicle, and you're sweating. How do you feel in that kind of situation? Can you imagine? I've been there a couple times. This is how it worked out for me. Just taking the Rotary directory in the phone, looking for the closest Rotary club, making a call and saying, Mr. President or Madam President, Nancy, for example, you don't have to do anything, but this is who we are, this is what we do. We end up caught up in this situation and we're very close to you. Any chance you can give us a hand? What would you expect from Rotarians? 30, 40 minutes, few cars will rush in, bring pizzas, will feed young people, take them, accommodate them, help us, put us back on the road, and best friendships will come up from this kind of stressful situations. We'll become a good friends, visit with each other in the different countries, family, friends. Every time when we start conversation, we'll say, remember that funny moment when how we met, when you got stuck in the middle of nowhere and we had to rescue you. So it was not funny then, but after realizing how important to have reliable transportation for this kind of program, for us, for Rotarians to work, travel with young people, few Rotary clubs said, guys, we would like to contribute a few bucks in your bucket, get a reliable vehicle. And a few individuals said, you're doing right things, we would like to support you. And the Mercedes-Benz said, we would like to be a co-sponsor. We would like to provide you a vehicle, diagnose, fix if needed, and shine up your vehicle before each tour. And we got this. We got a 15-passenger 2020 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter sitting in the driveway and waiting when the pandemic will end so we can bring these groups to you, to California and everywhere else. So, ladies and gentlemen, in the future, when one or another group will come to California, I'll encourage you, pay attention, come and visit one of those groups with their programs, with presentations. Greet them and welcome them and say them thank you, because it's a pretty hard work. Or maybe even think about hosting them for a day or two so they have opportunity to stand by and bring this program to the club, to the your kids and grandkids in the schools, do something for the seniors, do something for the community, put out the open event for the community, bring everybody together and let everybody know this is just one of the ways we connect the world. If you're thinking how we talk with them, they're from different countries. Most of the times they speak English fine, they take English as second language. If somebody has problems, Miami University backs up and support this program, and they take free classes there, so they feel comfortable by visiting with you. By finishing presentation, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to ask you, if you feel that this kind of program is just a travel, performing opportunity for the young people to have fun and enjoy it, fun, you may be mistaken. Just think about that. How many presentations, programs, and concerts they have to do in 4 or 5 weeks to reach 50,000 people? Can you imagine that work? Did you ever try to travel 10,000 miles in 4 or 5 weeks with hour-by-hour schedule? Travel a few hundred miles, performing, seeing places, visiting with the people, sleeping, traveling, performing, seeing places, sleeping in the sleeping bags, traveling, performing 4 or 5 weeks, and things happen. Sometimes tire will blow off in the middle of the night and you just off the schedule, you catching up, you deal with this problem. Sometimes somebody breaks the leg and everything changes then. You deal with the hospital, you deal with the program change. Sometimes somebody gets the flu and it always happens. If one gets the flu, everybody gets the flu. They're in the one vein, but nothing stops. Show must go on. After 4 or 5 weeks traveling, performing, seeing places, visiting with the people, they get so much experience, but they go back home dead tired. They sleep for 2 weeks with the time change. And then for years, they will call and thank you, Rotarians. Thank you for that great experience that they got and the impact that will stay with them for all their life. I've been with the groups a number of times before, and I can tell you, this program, this organization, this opportunity is truly for service above self. If you like to learn more about the program, there's a YouTube channel. If you subscribe there, young people will see that you're watching and you're supporting their work. They're keeping an eye there. If you go on the Facebook page, and by the way, I put some links in the chat box right there. You can copy it and visit them later. You will be notified when groups come to California. There's a website that gives the history and the future plans, RotaryChildren'sFund.org, RCF. Also, there are a couple buttons. One of those there, donate or the Venmo. No, Nancy, I'm not asking for the money. It's not a fundraiser. Just in case, ladies and gentlemen, if you feel this kind of program makes difference and worth it to be supported, keep in mind, we were inspired by you, Rotarians. We were put together by us, Rotarians. And with your support, Rotarians, we can go much farther to make the world a better place to be. I would like to finish my program today with a little bit of humor, ladies and gentlemen. Just to see the smiles on your faces. If you Rotarians feel this kind of program and work is not worthy to be supported, you don't leave us any other choice but go and ask help from Kiwanis. Nah. It's just a joke. Seriously, ladies and gentlemen, while young people in the background of me will tell you, Rotarians, thank you for that great experience that they got to learn about United States, to learn about Rotary, to represent proudly their country in the United States, build another bridge between the United States and the world. I'll be happy to take any questions, because the goal for the program is, when pandemic ends, and we're starting in August with Belarus, to bring every group from every country from around the world to come to visit with us, share with us, learn about the United States, build a bridge between the United States and the world, improve relationship between the people in the world. And we can lead it. It's a pretty global project, but I think we can do this because we're not just Rotarians. We are proud members of the great organization that's called Rotary International. That was my presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it. I know we went a little bit, we went over the time, but I'm free. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to. Any questions, comments, feedback on the Facebook and the chat would be highly appreciated.
Vitaliy, you did not go over time. We still have time. Our meeting ends at 8:15.
Ah, excellent.
So this was perfect.
If I knew that, I would speak slower.
Well, note to self, give a better example of how our meetings are run. Well, I just thought that was amazing. You hit on so many things that are near and dear to our hearts, like the 4-way test. To tie that together with the test is really great. Last year, Lance, our past president, beat the 4-way test into us. So That was a perfect way to tie it in. Another example is like owning your idea. You had this idea, you owned it. Now look how far you've come with it. It's pretty amazing. One thing about the accordion, we have an accordion festival, or we used to here in Sonoma County. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Anyway, I'd like to open it up for anybody. I'm sure there are a lot of questions.
Andy?
I have a question, yes. How much of your funding comes from Rotary International and or Rotary clubs?
None from Rotary International. I wanted to be clear that this is not official project from Rotary International. It's a project and a program that started by Rotarians, run by Rotarians. It's 501c3. But we have to make sure that you understand it's not the Rotary International. Rotary International has global programs. Maybe in the future they will find it that it's a very nice form and they will incorporate. But at this point, how many Rotary clubs involved? Over 500 Rotary clubs involved. And all the money that we get from one group traveling, we do enough presentations in the programs, contributions and the grants to be able to commit for the next group to bring from another country. So it's a self-funding, I guess.
And then how do you choose the towns or the cities that you're going to visit?
How we choose? Basically, we have the database. We have a number of people who are coordinating. When, for example, when we have the next group from Belarus and they get their visas and we know for sure when they're coming, we'll know it a few months in advance. Then you will receive the email, will say, Nancy, you had the presentation. Can you pass it along to the members? This group from Belarus will be traveling through the town. Would you be interested to do anything with this group? I mean, host them or organize the event or even just let them stop and tell them, welcome to Sonoma County. Just even like that. If you reply, yes, let's plan on that. Let's have some meeting or please count on that. And then we will organize something based on the interest. This is usually how the routes works out.
Anyone else have a question? Dan?
How do you figure the country that you're going to bring over? You mentioned Belarus is the next one. How is that determined, and how are the individuals from Belarus chosen?
Basically, when we choose the country, we have some applications. We look for the groups. We have the few specialists, and actually in different countries, it's a board, and they actually looking. They try to rotate the different countries. We look for the groups. One of the requirements for the groups to be good in some kind of art, because they have to be as a group, as the individuals, and we help them to put together the art program, performing program, and then we'll make them cultural representatives. But they have to be good in something. Singing, dancing, it could be a circus group, it could be a choir, it could be a chess players team. We will work with them and put together the program to make them cultural ambassadors. We have the number of specialists. So we get some applications, and we're always looking for the applications from different countries. We would like to have every country apply, picked, and bring them every month, different country. So often it goes through the Rotary clubs who are recommending and supporting the group. So, pretty often it is educational institutions. It will be one or another college or university will recommend and sponsor the group from there, so we can work out the arrangements with them.
So do you take a group or do you take individuals and make them a group?
Most of the times groups, but pretty often we combine things. For example, the last group who came in from California was the group from Kaluga and Moscow, 3 different cities, actually. Sometimes they're from different countries. So there was a dancing group. There was a singer. He was the baritone. He went to the Hoover Dam and did sing the concert right on the Hoover Dam. Nobody left the Hoover Dam during the half an hour when he was singing without the equipment. So it was great. And there was a musician from the conservatory in Gnesin. So there was a different groups. We work with them, help them to put together the programs. And they're quite good because Every time the groups are so good quality, they perform in the performing arts series, concert series, Carnegie Hall. We often invited to the Disney World to do the programs when we're traveling through the Florida.
Pretty amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. I guess it's all questions, Nancy. You're muted.
I froze again. Was Vitaly's screen frozen? Or was it just me? Oh boy, I'm calling Mr. Scott Schultz, who sold me my new computer, our former Rotarian. Anyway, Vitaliy, that was lovely. I'm excited to see or hear about when Belarus is coming, and hopefully California will be one of your next stops. I really, it's kind of cute how we were trying to have some fun today. I mean, we try to have fun every week, but with our jester hats, and you tied nicely into that theme. And your enthusiasm is amazing. And I really appreciate your reaching out to us. So thank you so much. And as a way to thank you, we will be making a special donation to Polio Plus in your name. So thank you for joining us today. Next week, our guest speaker will be, it was supposed to be Sally Macon from the Healdsburg Education Foundation. She has announced she's moving on. She's getting married. She fell in love and she's leaving Sonoma County. But she will have somebody in her place to update us on how the Healdsburg Education Foundation is moving through the pandemic and what they have in store for the future. I would like to have you all think about who would like to help us coordinate our Russian River Keeper cleanup project for March 20th. So I will be reaching out to some of you to see if you will be happy to help me and get us picking up garbage. So with that, are there any other questions? Comments? We need to wish Larry Mills good luck. This is his week of going to pets. Sadly, it's virtual. Last year, we got to go in person, and it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of connection. There were a lot of connections we made with other presidents and a lot of great ideas. And I'm feeling like, Larry, hopefully you're coming out of the darkness and you will.
So we have Pets is this weekend, starting Friday afternoon and ending at noon on Sunday. And it's pretty much full time with 15-minute breaks between presentations. So I'm going to be Zooming out this weekend for Pets.
Well, maybe we could all come by as a club and just stand out in front of your house and drink wine around 5:30 to give you that cocktail hour feeling that we all
President
enjoy.
Nancy?
Yeah.
President Nancy, I think to really get him in the spirit, we should all come in our best Hawaiian attire and with Hawaiian drinks to recreate the Hawaii room for him.
Yes, I agree. So that would be what, Friday night or Saturday night?
I have a hula skirt.
Yeah, it's actually Saturday night.
Well, we're sorry that this isn't in person, but I know you'll get a lot out of it. And thank you so much, Larry, for taking on this role for next year. It's much appreciated.
Nancy, I might take just 1 second. I told the board last week, Barbara and I are going to be moving to Windsor this month. We bought a house. So I will be the third of last four presidents of our club who have lived in Windsor. So I'm also planning our move, which is going to be this month. And I was thinking, this is about Elena now. I'm going to give $100 happy for my move, but designated it to go to Elena for her fundraising
Aw.
project. So I'll be doing that.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Nice job, Larry. Thank you. That's right. I was supposed to recognize you for this move, and you
I
did it
recognize
yourself.
myself. It's okay.
Okay. Well, anybody else have any comments, jokes? Thank you for participating. Oh, Lena, nice. Thank you for your heart.
Comment, Nancy. It's
Hi, Edward.
You know, what Larry did was nice. And since we had side road farm product like hot sauce or whatever that did well in the auction, I would like, and Sue would put some up for auction to go to Elena for her expenses. So you and I can talk. I mean, the persimmon hot sauce is good. We have the dried persimmons and jams. So that's a thought, and it could help Elena.
Okay.
Thanks everyone so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And I love the side road farm auction. It adds a whole new dimension to raising money. It satisfies our souls and gets to the goal. So thank you, Edward.
Okay. Well,
let me know about those stickers if you can. I want to put little stickers of Side Road Farm on your envelopes for the anniversary party.
I'll look today.
Thank you. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for participating. Alina for showing up. And Vitaliy, if you're still around, that was wonderful. Thank you for your very enthusiastic presentation. Jim, thank you for joining us. We hope to see more of you.
I made it all the way from Healdsburg to St. Helena, and I made it safely. And it was a great drive.
It's a beautiful drive. And you heard the whole meeting?
The whole meeting.
Wow. Well, glad you made it. I might be hitting you up for some wine.
I know people.
All right, everybody. Well, have a good day, and thank you so much for joining us. Till next week.
So long.
So long.
Thank you so much again. Have a nice week.
Thank you, Alina. You too. We'll get you there, young lady.